Yo, what up guys, Travic here, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite farming strategies that I tend to do every single league. And if you know me, you've seen me do this before, but today I want to talk about essences. Essences are an insanely easy down-to-earth strategy where we get to just kind of blast and have a good time. Now, before we get into everything, let's go take a look at a map and see what an essence map looks like. Essentially, we're going to be going to a map. We're going to be using all 5 of our Scarab slots. We're going to be doing adversaries to add our maps with packs of mirrored rares. We're going to be having all of our rares be in prison because Calcification is a completely busted map mod. We're going to be using Scarab of the Ascent, so that all of our essences are a higher tier. We're using Scarab of Adaptation. I'm a personal huge fan of this Scarab as it moves modifiers and essences all around the map. We're going to be using the Essence Scarab of Stability to give us corrupted essences, and we're going to be running white tier 16 maps, but you can make them 8 modded, you can make them rare, but we'll talk about that in a second. But let's jump in a map and see what it looks like. First and foremost, when we do the strategy, we're going to be doing this on a nice layout, a nice straightforward shot, something very simple. I think it's Underground Sea has the most natural monsters in it, but I'm a big fan of Strand. Strand is easy, it's a straight shot, and we get to really see what's going on. Now, when we come into our map, all of our rares are going to be looking like this. They're going to be essence mods, and now thanks to 3.26, we can click this button and corrupt them very easily. But we're not going to corrupt this one. It's 3 mods, it's got some good ones in it, and we're just going to kill it. The essences that we are looking to corrupt will be the meds essences, the misery essence, envy, scorn, and dread. Meds, misery, envy, scorn, and dread. Now, the reason that we're doing this is essences are straightforward. Essences are simple and easy. Essences are worth a good pretty penny, and you get to make a lot of cool currency. It is a very easy down-to-earth farm. You don't need some crazy insane build unless you get some crazy insane rare like this guy that just wants to completely eat your cheeks. But you know, outside of it, usually essence mobs aren't too nuts. Usually, you know, sometimes they're like, you know, the raid bosses of this game. But essentially what we're doing is we're looking at our essences, we're looking for our Scorn essences, we're clicking them, we're hoping that they upgrade to the good, corrupt, crazy essences, and we're killing our essence mobs and going next. Essentially, if you have a build that can kill these guys really fast, like if you're playing like Smite Slayer, or you're playing any minion build that just blows things up, or mine build, or you find yourself able to kill essences really fast, they're just an absolute blast to farm, except every once in a while when you get them crazy bosses that are like complete lunatics. Now we just go into our map, we look for our essences. There's going to be a ton of essence monsters in all of our maps, and we're just going to blast them away, and we're going to be looking for that misery, envy, scorn, and dread, and we're going to attempt to corrupt them. Now, as we kill our essences and we do things, you're going to start to notice, thanks to the adaptation scarab, that essences are going to be jumping all around, and eventually we should have an essence monster that has like 4 billion essences on it, and it's going to be an easy way to make a little bit of currency. And like I mentioned, we take Strand because Strand is a completely straight shot. You can't miss any of the mobs. It's just a really nice layout to run, and if you scry a good card to it, you can find, you know, pretty good stuff on it. We come over here, we see this guy's already corrupted. Gives us another one of these corrupted essences, which is really nice. The corrupted essences, the remnants, are about 3-4C each at the time of recording, so you make a little bit of money there. Come over here, see he doesn't have any of the good ones. We kill him, and we just keep moving on. Now, essences themselves are great at all different... Oh, this guy's critting me, and that's why I can't kill it. At all different stages of the league, essences either spike up, spike down, spike up, spike down, and different essences end up being worth different amounts of currency. So you should always be keeping an eye on the Ascent market, especially if you're playing with it, so that you know yourself what's coming up and what's going down. Dude, not being able to crit monsters is the absolute like bane of my existence. Then we're going to corrupt this one. We're going to upgrade them all. Now, essences that I would corrupt. I have talked about meds. I would corrupt your misery, envy, scorn, and dread. And I would corrupt any essence that has more than 4 on it, because you really want your essences to start looking like this, where they just kind of jump all around and become pretty massive. So like these one is pretty much all deafening, so we're not going to corrupt this one because we want them to be deafenings. And then we're going to kill this guy really quick. And then hopefully one of the essences moves to one of these 2 guys here, and we have a nice, another big one that we can deal with. Oh my God, look at all the essences. I can't wait. It's going to be so good. Oh my God, please stop slowing. Oh, Sanctuary map too? Oh God, I love this map. Okay, nothing on these guys. This one's got Spite. There's Envy. We're gonna corrupt the Envy. We did an upgrade. Then we're gonna open these mobs up. We're gonna kill them and we're gonna keep on moving. I love essences, man. Essences is such a sweet farm. It's so easy to do and so simple. You know, you're just brain off, kill the guy in trapped in ice. Look, 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 look. One of the essences moved there. This is awesome. It's working. There's our Dread. Didn't upgrade. Unlucky. See, you saw in real time Adaptation doing its thing. Oh, I love the Adaptation scam. The only thing with Adaptation is sometimes you got to use your brain a little bit. Unfortunately, you do need to use your brain a teeny tiny bit, but it's okay because it's totally worth it. Okay, none of these. We'll take the big one here. Hopefully one of these moves to one of these guys over here. This guy's getting, look at him, look at him, look, he's getting big, boys. He's getting big. So many extra free essences. Kill this. Anything else? Oh, I got another one. And then we're gonna kill this last final essence over here. Somebody's gonna say in the comments down below, should I go hunting around for the Adaptation move arounder, guys? Nah, don't even worry about it because you get stuff like this that happens all the time. It's great. And then we're gonna come over here. We're gonna double, triple, quadruple check. There's nothing. And then if you so choose to, you can go in and kill the map boss. Just kill him really quick because why not? Okay, just like that. And we're in and we're out. Now, essences and what we're doing. I had mentioned earlier that we're using the Essence Scarab of Calcification. This says rare monsters that naturally inhabit the area are imprisoned by essences. So your natural inhabitants, these will be your shrine mobs, these will be your ritual mobs, these will be just mobs that spawn on the map. So usually you want to take a map that has a lot of natural monsters. And I think it's like Desert Spring, I think is in this time. That's usually a good one. Underground Sea is a really good one. I like Strand, it's a straight shot, but you can find a map and there's ways to like look up how many monsters are on a map and you pretty much go forth. Now, if you really want to take your maps to the next level, you can bring your maps and you can make them rare and you can make them just blue and you can roll your maps for additional rare monsters. I personally don't do this. I used to do this. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It really kind of depends on the mood that I'm in. But you can like set up a quad tab of maps and roll them for additional rare monsters. You get like one additional rare monster. I think I just rolled over it. I just definitely just rolled over it. But and that's 2 projectiles. It was 2 projectiles. But you can, you know, roll your maps for additional rare modifiers. It's not very common, so you should do like a whole map tab at a time, but it is just something that you can do. Now, these maps, like I mentioned, they're really quick, they're snappy, they're easy, they're clean, and the beautiful part about it is you get a whole inventory of essences, and some of these essences are worth a pretty penny. So like any of the corrupted essences, like Essence of Horror, for example, they're 5 to a divine. They're, you know, 26 chaos each, which is crazy. If we look at Shrieking Contempts, they're, you know, 2C each, but we're never going to do them as Shrieking. We're always going to get rid of them as Deafenings. They're 4C each as Deafenings. You know, they're... Okay, so this guy's got 42, this guy's got 37, this guy's got 36, and then there's 2,600 of them at 35. These are easily 36 to a div. They're easily 36 to a div. So, like, you can get 36 of these and get a divine, which is, like, completely crazy. You know, you have your envies. Your envies are 19, 18 to a divine. Those 60 for those 20 to a div will sell immediately. And essences in themselves become crazy expensive. And on top of that, you get all kinds of random stuff. And especially if you scry like a good card to Strand, which I haven't done yet. I need to scry a card to Strand. You can get all kinds of crazy cool stuff. Now, the essences themselves, like I had mentioned, vary in price throughout the league. And the Scarabs do the same thing. The more people farming essences, the more expensive the big ticket Scarab becomes. Essence Scarab of Calcification is about 5 to a div. 4 or 5 to a div, depending on the time of day that you buy them and how much they are. Somebody's gonna freak out. I know it sounds expensive. It's really not that bad because you get so many essences. We got a little unlucky and we didn't get any of the special essences in that map, but every so often, thanks to the Scarab, this one, of stability, you will get those big ticket essences, and you'll get multiple in a map, and they will pay it off because adaptation, as you saw, moves essences around, and sometimes those special ones move around. But overall, the strategy is very, 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 very simple, very straightforward, and before you know it, you will fill your essence tab and be making a ton of profit. Just go take a look one more time. We'll jump in our map. We're gonna make sure we select essences. We're gonna be on the right tree. We're gonna have our scarabs put in. We're gonna click on it, and we're gonna go right into our map, and we're just gonna do the exact same thing that we just did, and we're just gonna recap everything that we just did. So we're gonna come over here, we're gonna look at our essences. We're gonna be looking for misery, envy, scorn, or dread. With the meds essences, those didn't exist there. We're gonna kill this guy and move on. There's our misery. We're gonna corrupt. We miss. There's none of those, so we're gonna do this one first. Kill this guy, move everything over, kill this guy, move everything over, and we're just going to keep moving one essence down the line, down the line, down the line. There's a dread, we're going to click, we're going to miss. There's a misery, that turned into insanity. We're going to do this insanity one first and hope the insanity essence moves over so that we get a little bit lucky and we can find a second insanity. So let's take this insanity. This one is 15 chaos, pretty much just pays for like a quarter of the map. There's a misery one. We're going to click that. Became a hysteria one. Lovely. Absolutely wonderful. Kill this guy really quick. Grab on this. Take a look at this one. This one's another 1520C. And we're just going to move our way down the list. Look at how big this one is. We're going to click this one. We're going to upgrade a bunch of these ones. It's just a good one to upgrade. Come on over here. We're going to kill this guy. I can't wait to put more currency in this character. I love playing this character. This character's so fun. Okay. Double check these. Make sure none of those are divine altars. Kill this guy immediately. Come over here. Double check this. No misery, envy, scorn, or dread. None of those. These are all screaming and shrieking. Could be worth upgrading, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save the currency. Okay. Kill these. Check our Verisium ore. Unfortunately, not a Starfall crater. Come on over here. Where did it go? Is he just running away from me? What the heck? Can you believe that guy? Jeez. Okay, look, the hysteria. The hysteria move. You see the hysteria move? So now we just get a free one. Sick. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. More money, more money. Okay. Take a look at these. That was cool. I love when adaptation works. It just feels so good. Essences are so free, man. Literally so free. I'm surprised more people just aren't doing this at all stages all the time ever. Check our guy here. We're gonna kill him so we keep our renown up. Okay. We just want to make sure that we keep our renown up because it's really viable. Okay, come on over here. Oh, it moved again. Holy dude. Oh my God. Let's go. How wonderful. Oh, absolutely wonderful. We kill the map boss and we move on. That map, crazy, dude. Crazy. 3 of these, 1 of these, plus everything else. You're talking what? 18, 19. So we're gonna say let's take a look at fastest. I never sell anything on fast on trade anymore. Everything's on fastest. So fastest is the way. You're talking 21, 22C each. So you're talking 60C in this, and then this one's another 20. So you're talking 20, 40, 60, 80 chaos just here, plus all of these. Money, absolutely money. And the maps, they don't take very long at all. You're talking about 3 minutes with yapping. My builds, could do better. A little bit more currency, a couple more upgrades, we'd be flying, baby. Absolutely flying. Now comes the really interesting part. First, let's talk about the tree, then we'll get to the interesting part. The tree is extremely straightforward. You take the major essence nodes, so you can click on essence and you can see the major essence nodes. I take these nodes here. This gives you an additional imprisoned monster. This wheel over here gives you a chance for 3 additional essences. This wheel up here gives you additional essences. The right side gives you remnants of corruption. So if you want to farm more remnants of the corruption, you take the right side. And the top node makes it so that all of the remnants of corruption are replaced with the same essence. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. I don't want that to happen. I would rather personally pick and choose which of my essences I corrupt and hope to only hit certain ones. I don't want them to all change, because if you have like a misery and like a loathing and a spite and some other stuff, and you corrupt it and it doesn't hit the special essence and turn them all into special essences, you feel really bad. But you play with an experiment and see what you like. We also have amplified energies so that all of the essences are 1 tier higher, which is really nice. And then the rest of the map modifiers are pretty simple. We're going to take all of the ritual nodes to guarantee us 4 rituals on a map, because those are natural inhabitants. We're going to take a bunch of just scarab nodes everywhere, and then we're going to take blue or red altars depending on what you want to do, and the 2 nodes up here for originator maps, because dropping extra maps is never really bad. I like taking a lot of the scarab nodes because you see a lot of scarabs while you're doing this, and then you get to really experiment. Now, you don't really need to take map effect modifiers because you're not really doing map effect stuff. If you make your maps rare because you're hunting for those extra rare monsters, you definitely want to make your maps rare. It's definitely worth it. But let's talk about the real juicy part about essences. Essences in themselves, when you go to sell them, a lot of people are just going to log on to Wealthy Exile and click the button to sell as a tab, or go on TFT and to sell as a tab. I understand it's very easy. I understand a lot of you guys value time, and you will make a whole lot of currency just selling it on TFT. I get it. Me personally, I never do that. I never sell them on Wealthy Exile. I never sell them on TFT, because guys will buy your tab at 100% and then flip them on Faustus and make a fortune. We saw that already here, where very basic scarabs like this are, you're talking about people are listing these 15, 16, 18C, and on Faustus, this was 21, 22. So you can make more money if you have gold and choose to do it. On top of that, one of the really cool things about essences is, if you choose to, and this is something I really enjoy doing, is I like to come over to Faustus and I like to search for some life force. Now, a lot of people are going to think I'm crazy, and I thought this was crazy too until I started doing this, but I like to buy myself a whole lot of blue life force, because let me tell you, some of these essences are not worth it at what they're at. So like Essence of Greed, you're talking about 80 to a div, 75 to a div. Let's just double, triple check on Faustus to make sure that's the rate. Talking about 80 to a div. What I like to do is all of the bad essences after my big farm session, I like to come on over here and I like to re-roll these essences, because sometimes this happens where you turn your 90 or 100 or 80 to a div into half that, into really good essences, and you get to just roll your bad essences into really good essences that are just worth a pretty penny, and you can make so much more currency just converting bad essences to good essences. Now, some of you guys are going to ask me, well, what are the bad essences? What are the good essences? How do I know what to convert? How do I know what not to convert? Well, as you're doing your farm and you're clearing your essences and you come down to this stage here and you're re-rolling your essences from bad ones to good ones, you need to make a note of what is good and what is bad. Essence prices change drastically. Like, the easiest way to put this is essence prices in the morning NA time are worth a lot less. Essence prices at night NA time are worth a lot more. Why? Markets are weird. I don't know what to tell you, but I like to do my essence farming during the day while I'm talking to chat, while I'm streaming, while I'm doing things. And at night, I will like put on a movie after my son goes to bed, sell my essences, flip all my essences, and have a good time. It's so simple and easy. But essences can make you a ton of money. People craft all league with essences. Essences are always in high demands, and you'll always have those players that need the essences of horror to craft crazy helmets for RF. You'll always have players who are trying to make different kinds of items, and essence crafting in itself is just really easy and simple, especially making a lot of gear at any stage of the league, especially for people constantly re-rolling. I love essences. I think essences are an absolutely fantastic farm. I really encourage you guys to farm essences and try it. It's definitely one of my favorite farms. I do this every single league. I do this for extended periods of every single league, and I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of it and something that you guys know you should be doing. But for now, friends, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe on this video, as it really helps the channel a lot, and I'll see you all in the next one.